Hi, how are y'alls? Are yous good? Are ya good? Good morning, Cognac. I see you in the chat already. Good morning, sir. On Friday the 10th of July. I can't believe it's the 10th of July already. I think we should do a half-year review, a 6-month review of 2020. I think we should do that. I think I'm going to do that on open mic night tonight, you know? It's one of those things. Good morning, Nyla, as well. How are you? Last night I felt awful. You know that, I really did. I feel better, not 100%, but last night I was feeling a bit sweaty, a bit like, oh, I've got a sore head, a bit tired, and you know something, I'm still, no, I don't need these. I'm still a bit tired. And God, yeah, it's a bit weird, to say the least. I don't know what was wrong with me. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not really one to moan about feeling ill at all. I don't suffer from man flu. I don't suffer from, like, if I'm ill, I'm ill, and I'll go to bed and I'll just get on with it. I try not to let other people suffer because of me not feeling well. But you've got to take care of yourself. I've got to be as healthy as I possibly can, because I've got kids to look after. I've got to be the sort of like the man of the house, not like the man of the house, but you know, the male influence in the house, and do the things that I need to do to make sure that the household's cool. That's what I mean by that. So yeah, that's where I stand with that. But I feel much better compared to last night. It was really good. Barry didn't keep me up until like 1 or 2 in the morning talking. I put my foot down and said, nope, I'm going to my bed. I'm going to my bed. And I did that, and I have to admit, I stayed up and for about half an hour longer, just to unwind my brain, you know. But it was good. It was good. Kids go back to their mums today. About was it 2 to 2:30? Was it 2 to 2:30? Let me just check the messages, make sure that's what I said. Yep, 2 to 2:30. Bro. And they come back on Wednesday. Alia's away to the west coast of Scotland with one of her pals and her pal's family for a wee holiday, which is great. She had carrot cake flavoured ice cream yesterday. Can you believe that? There's such a thing as carrot cake flavoured ice cream. Makes me wonder, you know? Makes me wonder. And then, so tonight, yeah, we've got the open mic night, which is kind of anything goes, chit chat. Come on, Cognac, come on prepared with something you feel passionate about tonight. Something passionate that's happened over the past 6 months. Like, see your little edit that you did on, what was it called, on Instagram. Wow, inspiring. Yes, she did like it, Nyla, she loved it, but she forgot to take her friggin' phone to the ice cream shop, much to my disappointment. Because I wanted photographs of it, you know. And it's where she is too far away to buy some on the way home. I'll bring it back to Daddy. But I'm gonna ask her to ask them, do they make it themselves? or do they buy it from somewhere? Because if they buy it from somewhere, like a supplier, I'm going to go and find out and buy some. Oh God, carrot cake ice cream. I just kind of, ice cream's one of my biggest weaknesses, right? That and donuts, or pretty much any baked product, to be perfectly honest. But particularly a decent donut. You know, when Krispy Kremes opened in Edinburgh, people were going wild. Oh, Krispy Kremes this, Krispy Kremes that, and I had one. I don't rate Krispy Kremes. You know that. I don't rate them. They're not shit. They're definitely not shit, but they're not like, wow, they're the best donuts in the world. They're not. Greg's donuts are. If you've not had a Greg's donut before, they're just full of bad stuff. Bad stuff. Bad stuff indeed. But yes, so a day off tomorrow, which is good, with no kids here. If it's dry, I'm going to finally get round to emptying the last shed. I need to kind of do that. And then Sunday, oh gosh, we have the Sunday edition of the papers, which is also amazing, which is totally cool. Why on earth is this incredible? My CPU has jumped from like 20 to 62. Okay, so I will apologise in advance if we suddenly lose the stream. I'm going to say this. I'm going to have to do this like an in-flight safety check for an aeroplane. If we at any time lose the stream, please use the exits and X's on the top right hand corner of your screens, and then immediately click Instagram and go to Instagram Live, where Mojax will continue the conversation. Let's read what Cognac's saying. He's done a lot of chat there. Alright, good. Caffeine has a half-life. That's amazing. Never really reaching zero. We never feel the withdrawals from caffeine hitting low enough margins. Wow. Wow. I see. I don't touch energy drinks at all. You know, don't touch them at all. You waited 6 hours in a queue for when the first Krispy Kremes opened here, over there. Wow, that is donut dedication. That's getting made into merch. I will take the Krispy Kremes logo, and I will take the K's and I will turn them into C's. You know, or I'll call them Creamy Crisps or something like that, and say I waited 6 hours for a donut. I have #donut dedication. That is awesome. I like that. Donut dedication. Right. Yeah, no, I like I say, I do not touch energy drinks at all. But I am a bit of a coffee addict, you know. But it's I have jailhouse coffee. I think that's what Aiko called it before. But I have maybe 5. It's not even strong coffee, but I have 5 or 6 mugs like that a day. It's because cold drinks upset my scar tissue, and I need to have something like with milk in it and warm, because it kind of glides down the throat and coats the scar tissue, makes it easier to swallow, you know. Wow, all the stores are closed within 2 years, and you can only get the Krispy Kremes a pet. That's amazing. We've got a Krispy Kremes like 8-minute drive from my front door, and it's a drive-through as well. You can drive through and pick up your donuts. How weird is that? It's right next to a KFC, a drive-through KFC, so you can drive through the KFC, pick up your chicken, and then go and get your dessert at Krispy Kremes by driving right out of that, straight into the queue for Krispy Kremes drive-through. It's quite amazing. Yeah. Maybe, sorry, I'm taking my medication at the same time here. Maybe if I drank decaf. But you see, yeah, I think I'm going to get a tin of decaf. We'll try that for it all. Anyway, Let me move my chair round a little bit. Ah, dear. We've not done the weather window in a while because I've not set up the mobile cam to go and do stuff. Basically because I've been kind of too lazy to walk around, and also a bit too paranoid that we blow up the processor in the process of processing. Today we're okay though, we're sitting around about 65% of CPU usage, which is great. I think it's just because I've only got a couple of windows open, which is tremendous. But yeah, that's it. So I think we'll go back maybe Sunday. We'll have maybe Sunday we'll make that the different morning and go and make the coffee with the mobile phone and all the rest of it. And do the weather window, making the porridge and stuff like that. We'll make that the Sunday one a bit different. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay, Nyla. I'm okay. I'm a lot better than I was last night. Barry said last night as well. He says if you don't feel up to it, I can come on and do some game playing on Discord, so you can just go and rest and stuff. So we'll see how the day pans out. Because it's sitting down here, talking to you guys, doesn't use too much energy. Getting up and doing stuff around the house, does the energy thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and alter my diet. I'm going to go and look at different breakfasts that might be better than the porridge. Is really good. It's got those complex carbohydrates in it, but maybe adding something to it, like different spices or herbs or something like that, or a concoction of Cognac's elixir of life that he talked about last night. Blue, peppermint and licorice together. Actually, do you know what? Now I think about that sounds actually alright. I'm going to experiment with that. But yeah, Cognac, can you send me a list of all that on Discord, please? In fact, if you've got a link to the recipe that tells me what proportions to mix them up in, we will do an experiment. If it's like just a shot of like brown sludge I need to take every day, I'll make that. Wow, crazy. Right, listen, we are not just here to talk about, listen to me rambling nonsense. We're here to look at the papers as well. I have them set up, and I've not looked through them this morning, but we will go through them as we chit chat just now. Okay, so Metro, sexist bankers. That does say bankers. It's a B at the front, not a W. Branded top city financier, a tart and a dolly bird. Wow. Barclays bosses exposed in a 1.6 billion High Court case. Holy shit. Barclays Bank bosses, you were getting it. Wow. That is incredible. I'm going to have to read more about this. Ooh, look at that. Gyms, swimming pools and nail salons coming out of lockdown. Astounding. Right, okay. You better shape up is the instruction in the front of the Metro to readers who have taken it easy during lockdown. Yes, I think we're all getting a bit of a lockdown belly. Reporting on the reopening of gyms, swimming pools, leisure centres. It says the country can get back in shape at last. Oh, I need to find out more about this though. We need to be looking a little bit more at those paper bits, without a doubt. Interesting. I wonder if she's suing them directly for that. I mean, 1.6 billion is a crap load of money. Junk food deals will be banned in Johnson's assault on obesity. Wow. You start with yourself, mate. You're a bit portly there with all your rich foods. BBC advises all staff to use trans-friendly pronouns. Okay. Now it works out to help out as gyms get the go-ahead. Right, good. The Times borrows Culture Society Oliver Dowden's call to work out to help out for the headline. adding that cricket can resume this weekend and amateur football as soon as guidelines are agreed. The paper also says the Prime Minister intends to ban promotions on unhealthy food after coronavirus convinced him action on obesity was needed. Listen, you know something? Up in Scotland we have a sugar tax where basically we've got a higher rate of VAT or something like this on highly concentrated sugar products like soft drinks and like chocolate and stuff like that because of their effect on obesity. And when the Scottish government, Nicola Sturgeon's government, did that, it was incredibly unpopular right across the whole of the Westminster administration. They mocked it something silly, saying, "Oh, that's terrible, people must have choices." What have they just done here? You know, they've just said that they're going to cut back on, in fact, cancel meal deals like junk food meal deals and deals. You know, because of that. Wow, you know what I mean? It's incredible. The sugar tax, by the way, unpopular to begin with, has worked. We've cut down childhood obesity by a ridiculous percent because people don't buy the soft drinks as much. If you want them, you'll still get them. Alright, you can't help it. But we buy soft drinks in this house. I'm quite strict about things like Coca-Cola and Iron Brew. We get them for celebratory type situations, birthdays, Christmases, barbecues. You know, we'll have them for a barbecue, but we don't have that sort of stuff here. We have like sugar-free diluting juice or full sugar diluting juice, but there's so little sugar in it. It's great, you know, but it works. We've also got a minimum price thing for per unit of alcohol, because Scotland had a problem with drinking because we had to put up with Westminster. So now we walk around with remarkably clear heads, looking at Westminster going, wait a minute, they're a bunch of tossers. And we have cut down in the 3 years I think it is that we've had the minimum pricing for alcohol, we've cut down alcohol related diseases by a massive amount, which is really good. It's a very positive effect on the country. Again, it wasn't popular when it was first put in place, but that's what happens, you know. Swimming and games back for summer, brilliant. I can't wait to go swimming again, you know. But will we? Was it the Sports Direct guy? Who was it that owned Sports Direct? Right, so I will never buy anything from there again. That was the dude right at the start that said, no, we will not shut down. We are an essential part of, we're essential workers to keep the nation fit. But he was forced to close his shops. But I will never go to a Witherspoon's pub or buy from Sports Direct again because of their attitude towards their employees during the lockdown. It was awful. The public is being given the chance to get match fit to beat the virus, says the I newspaper, also quoting the Culture Secretary, but it says the UK finances will take longer to recover, with economists warning that the country will be paying back the cost of fighting the pandemic for decades. Of course they will, but that's the choice, isn't it? You know, the planet. If you're a believer, when God created the world, or when evolution created the world, or when the atoms collided and caused the Big Bang, did they put a cost on that? Did they? Was there a cost on life being created? Did that go into their budget when they were looking at, oh God, you know something, the dinosaurs being destroyed, that's we're going to be paying that back for hundreds of thousands of years. You know? No, they didn't. Okay, this is a farce. Okay, if the global economy just sat down, okay, and it's only a few people, that need to sit down and make this decision and say, right, let's just zero debt. This is terrible. Let's just zero debt right across the whole of the globe. Mortgages, loans, everything. Okay? And put a cap on how high inflation can go. Alright? People are still going to spend. They're going to have more money to spend. The banks would shit their pants. Okay? They would crap it. But people would refinance, they would remortgage, because you're now sitting in a house worth £250,000. You own it outright, completely. There is no mortgages in the UK anymore. So what are you going to do? Oh, I fancy a nice car. Oh, I fancy a £50,000 car. I don't pay a mortgage anymore. I could go out, remortgage the house for £100,000, build an extension to that house, buy my Jaguar. You know, buy my Land Rover, buy my whatever, and be able to do that. People would still refinance. The banks would be okay. You know? I think that would have a greater impact on the economy. There's people that wouldn't refinance, of course, and yeah, the banks wouldn't make as much money. But if we turned round and said, hold on a minute, let's put people first rather than the bottom line, then I feel that maybe, just maybe, we would be able to do things in a better and more enlightened way. You know, I think it's great. But, you know, there's brainwashed economist friends of mine that turn and say, no, that's just not going to be possible. Everybody would need to be on board. Yeah, well, I get that. Everybody would need to be on board. Yeah, but there would be inflation. It says, no, there wouldn't be inflation. Yes, there would be. It says, inflation is a choice. No, it's not. It's a natural occurrence. It's a cycle. It says, so what you're telling me, that when the dinosaurs were around, they calculated their life expectancy in percentages. No, that's just stupid. Yeah, no, it's not. It is exactly the way it is. Okay, it's a choice. It's a choice to whether or not you want to have control over people, because that's what debt is. It's the chains of modern slavery. And we need to actually realise that. We need to be able to turn around and look at the world and say, look, we don't need to be sitting in a Victorian era style economy where it's basically got IKEA shelves. Look about it, you know, it's like a modern looking economy. But we sit in a world where, you know, the finances of the world are the Victorian slave masters. You know, that's what we're at. But we don't need to be like that. We don't. At all. You know? Anyway. Can you imagine not having a mortgage or any car payments, or if you're in debt and you've not been able to pay, you don't have any repayments on the debt that you previously had? You know, can you imagine being behind on your rent and, you know, the rent part is all paid? You've got a clean slate. What the relief and weight off your shoulders would be remarkable, you know? Yep. Yeah, you could go and remortgage your house, Barry, and build your Death Star. You really could. Yep, I reckon. In fact, you know what? I would take out a massive loan and join you in that venture, as long as I could have the top half of the Death Star. We'd have to have like the core for the energy supply for the Death Laser, but the top half I would just make into a great big jungly park thing. You know. Yes, you can. I know that you can imagine not having a mortgage. You're a lucky man, you know? A lucky man. Oh, hold on. Enough ranting from me about that. Let's move down. UK faces higher taxes in decades of reckoning, economists warn. We don't need to, though. We don't need to. Can you imagine, right, okay, all the bonds, the bonds that countries have that sell for their own finances suddenly being worthless from all the countries that have bought them, that, you know, on a level, where every single country's on a level playing field, the third world, everything, you know. Wow, that'd be amazing. People would go nuts though. They would go mental. Salons are the focus of the Daily Telegraph's front page as they reopen from Monday and normality edges closer. Words from Mr. Dowden that gives the paper its headline. It says there's also a chink of light for theatres as the government begins trials of indoor performances with limited audiences. Oh, here we go. Daily Mail. Whoever wins this sickening scrap, Depp and Amber both lose. On day number 10, we can says so on day number 10 says we can go to the gym and beauty salons. Foreign Office delivers a new holiday ban. Oh, is that a picture allegedly of Amber with bruises and stuff? Is that the makeup one that you were talking about, Barry? Is she a proper psychopath? I don't know. What do we think of Johnny Depp's hair? Think I should grow my hair like that? I don't know. Okay, for the holiday ban, they sunk our cruises, right? They've sunk our cruises, cries the Daily Mail. However, as other businesses reopen, the paper says the Foreign Office has warned against travel on cruise ships. A dramatic intervention that is a huge blow to the travel industry. Wow. Yeah, it looks a bit fake, doesn't it? Wow. Amazing. Oh, here we go. Same picture again. Amber, I was bruised by Depp headbutt. Be interesting to see what comes of that. Indeed. Covid slump fears. Jobs hell at high street icons. Yeah, there's a lot of, Jobs, Boots, Burger King, John Lewis, again, turning round and at the cost of people, the cost of people. Sorry, the profit is more important at the expense of people's lives. That's what it boils down to. It's solely the profit margins which are more important. So they close down. Yeah, they might not be making money, but collectively, what they're doing to the economy is they're taking, the spending ability away from people, putting more strain on the social services. But that's it. There's no bloodshot in the eyes at all. You're right there. Wow. She's a fucking psychopath. Financial Times. Boots and John Lewis lead jobs call as Sunak comes under fire. Missing Wirecard executive touted Russian nerve gas documents to traders. Whoa, that's insane. Chancellor Rishi Sunak is under fire over job cut, says the Financial Times. It reports that an influential think tank criticised his £30 billion package to avert job losses as poorly targeted. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. What a loser, Listen, I should be the Chancellor of the Exchequer saying, right, get every world leader on the phone and tell them what we're going to do. We are not paying back the debt. What? Yes, we are sacking the Bank of England. What? You're sacking? What? Yes. We're going to have the same system of finance, except we're going to give everybody the ability to spend, and refinance. And what are you going to do with the banks? They have to have their money paid back. No, they don't. We're just zeroing that as well. If they don't like it and they want to close, we will open a National Bank of England and a National Bank of Scotland and a National Bank of Wales to re-employ these people and refinance the things that people... In fact, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just do that anyway. Okay? Let's just make everybody work for the national banks. I'm only joking. That would never work. Coronavirus pandemic is accelerating. Oh, really? Is it really? Oh, for God's sake. Bah, humbug. Ooh, free wall chart in Saturday's Guardian. Black History, a timeline. I'm going to buy that. And I'm going to put it up on the wall. And we're going to track it one night. We're going to go through Black History and see how truthful it actually is. Police face inquiry into racial bias allegations. About time too. And we know about the gyms. The Guardian's lead story takes a wider view, reporting concerns from the World Health Organization that the pandemic is accelerating across the globe. Yes, I would quite believe that. Who said the Who's head said it? The Who's head said. Sorry. Try saying that 10 times when you're drunk. The Who's head said. The Who's head said. Said head. The Who's head. Fuck. Okay. It has yet to reach its peak, and the virus is not under control in most of the world. Probably true as well. You know? But in Scotland, we're getting there. In New Zealand, they kind of have. But it just takes one drip to cause ripples across an ocean. It's so true. So true. Ellie Goulding, I had imposter syndrome. Did our friendly President of the United States, did he not turn around just recently and say he's withdrawing from who? Why? Oh man, it's pouring rain outside, it's amazing. Daily Express, Boris Stubbs EU in hunt for vaccine. There's a surprise. There is a surprise. Battle of Britain souvenir pullout. Well, it's Daily Express for you. See, look, they've got a little dude. In fact, let's go to the bigger one, hold on. Boom. Right, look at the little dude at the top here. Right there. It's a little knight with an English shield on. I'm going to go and look at the Scottish Daily Express and wonder if they've got that dude in the Scottish Daily Express. Be interesting. A kick in the teeth. BBC ends free TV licences. Yeah. A kick in the teeth is the verdict for the Daily Express on the BBC's decision to go ahead ending free TV licences for most over 75s. The paper says BBC bosses were accused of fleecing pensioners. They are. The BBC is, you know, it might have been alright in the day, but now it's just a mouthpiece, a propaganda machine for, what's it called? For, you know, the media. But look at this, check this out though. I use the BBC website for the newspapers, and every little bit of blurb is from a BBC part, but it's because this is probably the most unbiased part of the BBC, to be perfectly honest and to be fair about things. And they do a good job of having all the papers like this. You know, I like it, and it fits nicely onto the screen for me to scroll up and down like that so you guys can see. But let's consider the free TV licenses for pensioners. We have to pay a TV license. It's kind of the law in this country. We have to pay X amount of money per month. I think it's like a tenner a month or just short of, maybe a wee bit more, I can't remember, to the BBC to be able to watch live television shows. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the BBC report. They report BBC raised the licence fee by the government, but it's the government that decided it as if the BBC can't. Yep, that's because the BBC is kind of, you know, they get the head of the BBC gets appointed by the government. Because it's not a government entity. It's supposed to be like for the people. It's supposed to be like a bit like PBS in America, but it's not like PBS. It's a propaganda machine. It's there, and there's been remarkable occasions where it's alleged unbiased has been exactly the opposite. The British Biased Corporation is what it gets named at by many people, and I think that personally it should be up there with Netflix and various other things where you can actually pay if you choose to, and if you don't have it, you don't need it. You know, like for instance, there is they can have their news channels free, but keep maybe BBC One on their entertainment channels and stuff, like as part of a paywall type thing, the same as Sky, because you've got CNN and things, and all they have to do is stick advertising in their free channels and away they go, you know. But that's by the by. Daily Star. What is that? Glee curse hits again. Oh yeah, that's what you were talking about last night. Oh, didn't see that coming. 20% of us have worse eyesight since lockdown. And the Daily Star leads with the news that 1 in 5 Britons report worse eyesight since lockdown. Coronavision. From too much screen time, it speculates. The paper says it recalls the plight of Prime Minister's advisor Dominic Cummings, who claimed he drove to Barnard Castle to test his poor vision. Didn't see that coming in the headline. Yeah, but do you know what? Alright, as much as good morning, Aiko, how are you? As much as you can turn around and say, yeah, too much screen time's causing bad vision, I think the majority of us are sensible enough not to go on a 60-mile round trip driving on public roads with your family as precious cargo to test said eyesight. You know, it is absolutely outrageous. You know, but that's Dominic Cummings for you. He's a tosser. And that, my friends, is the papers. Well done. We managed to get through them all. Happy, happy days. Which means we can move remarkably into, is it day 5 of poetry? I think it is. Day 5 of going through the book called 20, and you'll be able to get this. Hold on a second. I should be able to pop this onto the screen with one touch of the button if it is working. Hold on. Let's see. If I push that button, are you going to work today? I don't know what yet. It says it's going to send a signal, and let's just wait for the chat window to come up for it. Is it going to do it? It's yes. Here we go. So this is the book. My poetry book on Amazon is here. Go to www.radioapocalypse.live/20. It is about £2.29. So you can work out how it all goes. It's like minimal profit. It's like I get like 50p in royalties from that. That was the cheapest I could put it. They wouldn't let me put it any cheaper. I wanted to sell it at how much it costs them to produce, but they don't allow you to do that. But that is the way that it is. Okay, so the next poem in the book is called Our Dance. Now, I have read this before. Let me just read the blurb. Wait, now, is that the blurb there? Yes, it is. Right, good. I'm pretty sure that I've read this one before, actually. Hold on a second. Right. I need to move the microphone just like that a bit so I can read this clearly. Right, so this is called Our Dance. Sometimes you hear words from people that make you wonder why you actually care about them. Words like, he is so far away. Is she worth waiting for? These words were heard both by my lady and myself from our nearest and dearest, like friends and things, as we continued our long distance relationship between Edinburgh and Moscow. I wanted to be with her no matter what it took, no matter the length of time, and she knew she wanted me also. We would not falter in this dance of our own. We would never stop even when the music did. We would continue our dance. Now, a way back then as well, way back then, when I wrote poems and sent them to Ola. Hold on, I'm leaning into this. We need to move this 1 second. Let's get rid of that picture. Where is it? Good. No. Good. No. Yes, there we go. That's better. There we go. And we can pop that like that. That's better. Good. I'm not hiding behind an image now. When I was in the infancy of the relationship with Ola, you're a cheeky bastard, Barry. You really are. Very cheeky. When it's not overheating, we are sitting at 62%, which is where it should be round about. You know, you're so funny. people actually believed that I plagiarised these poems and sent them to her friends over there. And to be honest, I discovered years later that she actually thought that as well to begin with. And then it was just a flood of poems, and then a book as well. I actually wrote a book for her specifically. So this is actually, when I think about it, this is actually my second book of poems, but this is the first one that was published. Yes, that's not better. We can see. Stop distracting me with your nonsense chat. I'm going to put the, what's it called? The little thing that tells me the temperatures of the processor over the chat just now, so you don't distract me with your nonsense, mate. Anyway, we'll talk about our dance. Let's just do it. Our dance. Hand in hand, shoulder and waist, we move to the beat in our very own haste. Eyes filled with love, smiling so sincere, so many watch us, and we show them no fear. With little effort, seamless and pure, we show the world we are perfectly sure. And even when the music has ended, we continue our dance as fate intended. We need not that beat to dance together. Our rhythm of life is just perfect forever. And that was basically a great big middle finger to everybody that said to us back then, you know, you're in Russia, you know, she's in Russia, you're in Edinburgh, it will, what's it called, it will work. But look at us now, we have a baby and we're married. She's living across here. I have my faults, she has her faults, but we learn to live with them, you know, that's how it works. That's what marriage is all about. It's never perfect. You never have a perfect relationship, but you certainly can be very positive about it, you know, which is good. Right, one thing I've not looked at this morning is the Ghislaine Maxwell latest, to see if there's anything else that's newsworthy that's come up. Okay, one of the headlines from a few days ago is who hasn't been photographed with Ghislaine Maxwell? Me. I've not been photographed with her, you know. But there you go. Now you can get away with things. You can't get away with things, Barry. You can't, because, you know, it comes back up again, and I eventually take the little cover away from the chat window. Jeffrey Epstein's millionaire ex-girlfriend forced to wear paper clothes in jail. That's so she can't tie them into nooses and kill herself. But if you rolled them up, you know, paper's as strong as rope, you know. Yes, you as well, Cognac. I've never been photographed with Batman either. Does that mean that because Batman and myself have not been photographed together that I'm Batman? I'm Batman. Maybe, I don't know. Right, anyway, let's talk about tonight again. Tonight, open mic night tonight. So anything goes. I think that we should be considering for next week sometime a review of the first 6 months of 2020. I think that would be interesting, to take January right through to the end of June for it all. But yeah, we could do that. Oh, hang on, this is where I want to play the banjo music. Put the headphones on for this. Banjo, banjo, and we are on for the banjo music. Oh yeah, I like it. Maybe I should read some poetry in a Batman voice. Let's do that for a laugh. Hold on. Hand in hand, shoulder and waist, we move to the beat in our very own haste. Nah, forget that. It's kind of sore. Okie dokie, we're done for the morning. What time is it? It is 7:15. Good, we're ahead of the game today. Starting on time and finishing in plenty other time. Back tonight at 10:30 for open mic night. We don't have any entertainer tonight, but I'm thinking of maybe launching the little poem that I did, which was inspired by Twinkie's picture. Hang on a second, let me go and find, hold here. I need to click onto, where is it? Where are you, picture? Are you there? No, it's not that one. That's the ticker upcoming. Yep. That's the one. And we need to go and find the image for this. Hold on. That's it there. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Sorry, I'm just quickly running around the windows here to bring up this image. Yeah, this one right here. Here we go. That's a better one. Create Hope, a collab fusion of art and words. So Twinkie was good enough to mention weeks ago, do you fancy writing something with a piece of art that I'll make uniquely for something? I went, right, okay. She goes, what do you think I should draw? I says, no, you're drawing it, and I'll then be inspired by your words. So we have finished this, and it's titled Create Hope. And I finished it and finished the video using her artwork over a week ago. So what I'm thinking of doing is perhaps we shall do that tonight. And I mentioned briefly to Twinkie if she fancied coming on to have a wee chat about her book. You know, there's no problems if she doesn't want to do it. There's never any fuss for this. We don't have pressure for people doing things or not doing things. I think both of us kind of forgot about that until just now. So I would like to I've not put this video out onto YouTube yet or anything, to be perfectly honest, because I wanted to have her here when I launched it. So I'll send her another wee message today, see if she wants to come on the show and have a wee chit chat about that and her book. If she doesn't, that's cool, we can do it another night, and we can launch this video another night too, but that is a possibility for it all. But yeah, that's pretty much us. Let's have a quick look at the chat before we go. Here we go. 11:16 PM in California. Cool. Good night, Cognac. Good night. That's brilliant. I've also been spending a little bit of time conquering, what's it called, TikTok, with very limited stuff, because I want to conquer TikTok before it's shut down. I don't think it's going to be shut down, to be perfectly honest. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that, but wow, yep, we are almost halfway to the point where I can go live on TikTok as well, which will be fun. Let's inject some radio apocalypse ripples into TikTok. Incidentally, I couldn't do what's it called, ripples live on the computer through TikTok, but I can do a screen capture of the phone to do ripples live and have that captured for it. So I'm going to experiment with that. That's why I want to do it. I want to go and scare the shit out of people on TikTok doing ripples live on TikTok. It'll be a different world, a completely different world when it comes to grabbing live people there, because TikTok is full of a lot of very cool people, very cool people indeed, but also full of people that have massive egos that, you know, might not actually see what's going on. But yeah, we'll be doing that soon, which is good. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday, Cognac. There was it was a total rumour, but they did an update where everyone was zeroed out for a day. Yeah, I was zeroed out as well. I actually had somebody come on and blame me for not watching their videos, saying that they'd been shadow banned because I liked some of their videos, but you know, I didn't watch their full minute length videos right to the end. And I was like, well, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I don't think it's going to get shut down, Aiko. I really don't, because if you look at where all the heads of the people actually are, most of their offices are based in the United States, even though it's a Chinese app. But it's just one of those things, and I believe getting people out of Hong Kong is probably the right thing to do, because like what's going on across there is pretty terrible. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, we're done. We will be back tonight at 10:30 with Cognac. I hope you can come on, Barry. I hope you can come on. Anybody else that fancies a chat is welcome to come on, as long as you've got something useful to bring into the chit chat. And just get in touch with me through what's it called, Instagram, and we can set that up if you wish. But there you go. Right, we are off ski. We are off ski. You have a great day, and we will catch you all later.